Are you ready?
Threes, everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode. This is the show where I talk about 3 brand new singles every single week. I also talk about albums and EPs as long as there are 3 separate projects. And today, I have a lot of cool things that we're gonna talk about. But before we do that, I have to remind you that we're getting close to 500 subscribers. So, if we end up reaching 500 subscribers by the end of April, I will dye my hair purple. So make sure to subscribe and share the video with your friends and whatever. If you want, do it, please. Fucking do it right now. Now I won't bother you with that shit anymore. We're gonna start off by talking about the new 21 Pilots song, Level of Concern. This is also one of my favorite bands of all time, and I feel like I'm gonna say that a lot this year, and I've said that a lot this year, but like so many of my favorite bands have released music so far this year, and there'll probably be more in the future. So like basically what I want now is just some new Bring Me the Horizon stuff, Ghost, and some Architects probably. And then 2020 will be flawless. This band is very popular but also very unique, and I don't think I really need to introduce them because it's 21 Pilots. Like, you know who they are. And this new song is kind of different. I feel like it's a lot more funky. It reminds me a little bit of My Blood, but not entirely because it's a very different song, but just the whole, the funkiness of it is very similar here, I think. And even though it's pretty different, it's not too far. It's not like shockingly different, you know? It's a very simplistic song, but it really works in their favor. I think they do a lot with the melody, so that kind of carries the song. And the beat is just kind of setting up for Tyler in a way to just like go off. It's kind of a chill, groovy song with lyrics about how the world is fucked right now. Not completely. It has like this hopeful feeling to it. But in the song, it talks about how the whole coronavirus thing is affecting, well, everyone, but also like a little bit of the music industry. And he also said, I also want a portion of whatever money this song makes to go to a charity I saw called Crew Nation. It provides funding for people who work in the live music industry who don't have a job right now. And I think that's a really cool thing to do because it, like, this whole situation has definitely impacted the music industry, and like, you know, festivals are getting canceled, concerts are getting canceled, like, we don't know when it's gonna be back, and, you know, it's fucking scary for people who depend on it, who have that as their like, work. There's a lyric in here, though, that I just love. Would you be my little quarantine? It's such a cute lyric. I don't know why. Wondering, would you be my little quarantine, or is this the way it ends? And I think this is actually one of the catchiest songs they've made. It kind of helps that, like, the melody is basically the focus of the song, because this shit is so catchy and so much fun to listen to, and it's just, like, god damn. And even though it's different, they're not completely changing their style. They are kind of, but it's like, it sounds like, it does feel like kind of somewhat of a natural progression from Trench, and I'm all here for it. I don't think this is gonna be from an album. I'm not sure. Some people are also saying that it continues the story from Trench, which maybe, but I honestly would love to hear just more singles, like, or small projects like EPs. They could do, I don't know, I feel like they could do so much cool things with this. Just kind of write some stuff without having to worry about like an album or anything like that. I think that could be good for a lot of bands, actually. This song is probably gonna end up somewhere in my like favorite song list. I don't know, in the top 10, I don't know, maybe. I definitely recommend listening to this song if you like 21 Pilots, or if you just want to hear a new band, if you haven't listened to them before, or if you maybe don't like them and you want to give them another shot. I think this is a little bit more of an easy song to listen to, I guess. It totally is. It totally is. It's a lot more straightforward, kind of, and that's not a bad thing because this song is a banger. Anyway, the next project we're going to talk about is pretty special. It's special because this is a band who reached out to me and asked if I wanted to check out their new album. It released on April 10th, and that's when I'm recording this right now, actually, so I wish I could record it earlier, but I really didn't have the time to do that, so fuck. But anyway, the band is called HellgardeN, and they describe themselves as a mix between thrash and high-octane metal with insane solos and a splash of vocal insanity. The album is titled Making Noise Living Fast, and that title perfectly sums up the record. This album is just fucking pedal to the metal all the fucking way, all the way through. They do not stop to get coffee and maybe a little soda. No, they do not do that. They continue to just punch you in the face for the entirety of this record. It is a very energetic album with a lot of chugging riffs and a lot of insane guitar solos and just like madness. And it's also a style of metal that I don't really listen to that much, but hearing the vocals actually made me a lot more interested because I didn't expect that to sound like that at all. This dude is just like shouting in your face for 34 minutes and goddamn. I like the guitar work in Evolution or Destruction, and towards the middle it's got this really heavy section that I really enjoy, and then towards the end of the song they bring in this slow chugging riff with almost like this spoken word thing going on, and that's honestly one thing that I kind of wish they did a little bit more of. So hopefully in the future they'll do that, because that's the only part of the record where we actually get that. And Learn to Play Dirty also has some really catchy riffs and cool rhythms that I really enjoy. I will say that there are a lot of distortion on the vocals, maybe a little bit too much in places, and maybe I would like them to be a little bit more clear in certain parts. For example, at the beginning of the song Brainwashed, I feel like the vocals would hit a lot more if they weren't as distorted as they are, because there's a lot of things going on and it's just kind of really distracting in a way. That being said though, this is actually one of my favorite tracks on the album, and it's also the longest one. It's got that classic fuck thing where like right before a breakdown or right before like a groovy riff part, and the ending has like this really fun groove that just kind of continues and it speeds up and until the song ends. The title track, Making Noise Living Fast, is definitely the thrashiest song on this album, and it's also another one of my favorites. And to be honest, the last 4 songs are probably my favorite songs on it. I think that is where they commit the most to that thrash style, and I think it really works for them. I also think the title Believe in Yourself or Die is pretty funny, and the closing track has maybe my favorite lyric on it, where like, I mean, I haven't been able to read the lyrics, but I've tried to listen to it, and it is a little bit hard to do that in places, but like the closer has a lyric that's just like making noise, living fast with my friends, and I just I love it. At least I hope that's what he says. I'm not actually 100% sure because I haven't been able to like find any like actual lyrics online. Overall, I enjoy this record. The only thing for me really is just I feel like they need that one chorus or that one riff that just like sits. This is their debut record though, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the future and how they continue to explore different things. I hope that they take some of like the weirder parts, like almost the spoken word thing and like the super heavy part and like the riff that speeds up. I hope they continue to do that and put more of that stuff in their music, because that was really enjoyable and those moments stand out a lot. And also I would just like to see these guys live, because the energy that you hear on this record I think would really translate well live. I feel like they could be a hardcore band, because like they have that energy, that's just that punch. From listening to this record, I feel like they could put on a pretty good show just because of the energy that's there. I would recommend listening to it if you enjoy that more thrash and like really energetic kind of just metal with filled with just insanity, you know? And it's not that long either. It's 8 tracks and 34 minutes, so it's not like you have to sit through an hour of anything. And I think that's a good length for it, even though the second half of it was my favorite out of the whole thing. And yeah. Last project of the day. Gavin Dance has released another song called Lyrics Lie. The last time I talked about these guys, I talked about their song Strawberries Wake, which was the second single from their upcoming album Afterburner, and I said it was my favorite song of the year, and it still pretty much is. And I also think that this album is gonna be so fucking good because this song is incredible as well. It's definitely a Gavin Dance song, because like it's the type of band where you can just hear the name Gavin Dance and you know exactly what you're gonna be listening to, but even though you know exactly what you're gonna get, it still just shocks you and is amazing every single time. It's like a fucking religious experience listening to this band. And the chorus of this song has like a really cool build-up where it just gets higher and higher until it goes into the post-chorus in this super smooth transition. As always, Tillian sounds amazing and John also sounds amazing, and we get some pretty great John Mess lyrics in here. Remember when you tried to kiss her, but she was gay and liked your sister? I love John Mess so much. And in the post-chorus, we get some awesome back and forth moments between Tillian and John, where Tillian kind of screams / yells, and it sounds really great, and that's where we get the but she was gay and liked your sister line. I also really like when Tillian is talking about photos on Mount Fuji in Japan, just because of the way he sings Japan. It's just like this really just like, I got an amazing voice. You're gonna hear it. Here it is. The drum groove in the bridge of the song before the final chorus is also so much fun. It's really funky and laid back, and it's just so nice. And then the final chorus hits and it's just bam. And we also get a line from Tillian about I'm focused like a camera, and I like that a lot. This is going to be album of the year I know it, and it's just another perfect Gavin Dance song. I think the way I would rank them is Strawberry's Wake is probably #1 still, and then Lyrics Lie, and then Prisoner. It's not that I don't like Prisoner, but I just think in comparison to these two, it's not as good, but it's Gavin Dance, so it's still not bad, you know, it can't be. And that is pretty much it for this episode of Threes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe, because we're getting close to 500 subscribers, and if we get to 500 by the end of April, I will dye my hair purple. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and also share it with someone you think would like the show, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what you want me to check out in another episode of this show, whether it's a band or release date or an album that has come out, or anything I should look out for, or release date I should know about, whatever. I'll listen to anything, and if I have enough to say about it, I will talk about it right here on this show. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching once again, and yeah, goodbye.